Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Borders with the Mike Borders channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking dryer chutes today, and we are going to show you the proper and safe way on how to replace the dryer chute that probably has never ever in its entire lifetime been replaced. And there's a right way to do this, there's a wrong way to do this, and we're going to show you the right and proper way. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, as we make our way to the laundry room and laundry center, there is our GE laundry center electric version. Down below in the comments and description is a link to this huge crossword puzzle. The kids swarmed around this and sat around this and solved it. It's just shy of Christmas. However, again, in today's video, we are going to replace the dryer exhaust chute that the dryer hose or exhaust feeds into and secures to and sends the exhaust to the exterior or outside portion of your home. And you don't necessarily have to unplug it. However, for safety purposes, you may consider it. And let's go outside to see what it looks like. And pretty dirty. We are going to clean. However, here is our old one. The reason why we are replacing this is, well, it's broken. There is no flap inside. And any critter that can fit inside that hole can basically have the freedom to climb in that hole and go up our exhaust pipe and into our unit. Not good. And what I recommend doing first is measuring the screw holes from here to the other side, as well as top to bottom, and then you can shop accordingly. Or you can even remove this old one and take it with you to the hardware store. However, coming back inside, the first thing we are going to do is go back down to the dryer chute and exhaust hose. We are going to loosen up that clamp and pull the hose off the chute. Camera now position looking at the dryer chute and the exhaust hose. And again, we'll loosen up that clamp and pull that hose off the chute. And if you look closely at the screw or screw head, it is a Phillips cut or a 1/4 inch socket. And we are going to use the 1/4 inch bit. Clamp is loose, just carefully pull the hose off the chute. And it will drop some debris and lint, and that is normal. You may want to put a paper towel or a small container underneath to catch any debris. In DIYers, at this point, the work inside is complete. However, in your case, you may have an additional plate here that's screwed in with small screws. And all you have to do is unscrew and remove the screws and remove that plate. DIYers, we are back outside, and again, in our case, 4 Phillips screws and 2 on each side. And in addition, there is caulk applied all the way around, and we will apply brand new caulk when we install the brand new chute. And from here, just carefully unscrew the screws. With the screws removed, again, it is held in basically with caulk and maybe some adhesive. So from here, I am going to grab my Craftsman utility knife and carefully cut all around the chute, starting with the top. From here, just carefully pull the dryer chute all the way out. And from here, just carefully clean the surface. And I will use that same utility knife to basically cut away any remaining adhesive and caulk that is beveled out. So when it comes time to put the new chute in, it can mate flush with the wall. To a different camera angle and taking a look at the old removed dryer chute and exhaust. And overall condition, it's really not that bad. It's just old. And our internal flap is broken and missing. And as far as inside, not bad. Pretty empty. Coming inside the hole and going inside the wall, where we can look inside behind the dryer and washer laundry center where we have our dryer hose. And I'll grab some paper towel and a vacuum and clean this area. And it did just that. It's not perfectly clean, but it's clean enough around where we are going to install that new chute and secure it and caulk it. We'll clean the remaining portion of this area at the end of the project. To the table and a quick comparison of the old dryer chute compared to the new dryer chute. And there's that flap that broke off the old chute, and it's broke forever. It cannot be replaced. It cannot be resecured. Down below in the comments and description will be several links to several dryer chute options. This is the one we chose because this is the one we like. It has a plastic internal flap and a screen and vent. And you will see it in operation at the end of the project with the dryer running. DOR's back outside to the hole and the new dryer chute, and one more inspection of the hole, both exterior and interior, to ensure it is clean and ready for the new chute to be installed. And the back side of this white plastic exhaust has a plastic ring, and that is going to seat nicely in the hole. Take a step back and carefully insert this dryer chute. This is aluminum, do not bend it. Go very slow and carefully align it with the interior hole, and just spend a little bit of time to finesse it in. And once it's in, just carefully push it all the way. And also, as you prepare for this to be inserted in the holes, double check the opposite end to ensure nothing is obstructing this tube or chute from going all the way in. And I've grabbed brand new hardware, and I'm going to carefully screw in each of the 4 screws and secure this. And I want it as level as I can get it. And that looks good. First screw is in, however not all the way tight. I'll sink the remaining 3. DIYers, do your best not to over tighten these screws. We are screwing into wood in our case. Yours might be brick and mortar. However, once the screw head is flush with the plastic housing here, again, just don't over tighten it, you will crack it. To a different camera angle, and with the top screws secured, we are now going to secure the bottom 2, and it will be easier to carefully remove this screen. And you've got 2 tabs here, just push in and pull the screen or vent out. Bottom 2 screws and top 2 screws are secured, and you can barely make out that internal flap right here. To a top view again, both upper screws are secured, both lower screws are secured. As you see, from here we are going to keep the screen or vent removed. We are going to caulk all around this entire portion outside, and that is going to seal up that gap in between the plastic housing and wall and alleviate rainwater from getting in that area or slit or crack and inside the home. You don't want that. Back to the table, and let's take a look at the actual silicone we are going to apply. And down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this. This is Window and Door Projects, all-purpose, 100% waterproof, 7-year mold-free, lifetime guarantee. And do not use the wrong caulk or silicone on this job. Again, you are working with an exterior portion or part of your home, and the wrong caulk could cause issues. Next, what I want to show you is how we cut the actual tip of our silicone container or tube. And I've got that exact same Craftsman utility knife, and I'm going to come in at a pretty decent angle, maybe about 45 degrees. And I want to stay close to the tip because I want a small bead going around that entire dryer chute plastic housing. And just carefully apply some pressure. And as you can see, that is a very small hole, and at a 45-degree angle. Check that out. DIYers, I have read the instructions, and I've learned that there is a foil seal inside here, so I have grabbed this tool right here. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this. It comes in a set. I'm just going to carefully push this in and puncture the aluminum seal in here, because if I don't, it will add too much pressure as I engage the trigger or handle of the caulk gun, and the caulk gun will break. And I will wipe that clean and install this in the caulk gun. Some caulk guns, including this one right here, comes with this little puncturing tool or probe or needle. So double check that. You may not need to go to the toolbox and grab additional tools. Back outside, and I have the entire sealant tube inside the caulk gun, and I recommend pulling the trigger or engaging the trigger a couple times to prime this portion. And once the sealant comes out, wipe it clean and begin caulking. And DIYers, go slow, be precise, try not to get sloppy with it. From here I have applied the sealant, and I will carefully use a wet finger to press it inside the seam to create that ultimate watertight seal, as well as clean up any sloppiness. Making progress. The sealant has been applied and the gap in between the housing and the wall has been sealed. What we will do is allow it to dry 24 hours, and then we will turn the dryer on and show you everything in operation. Back inside camera position, looking directly at the chute, and from here just carefully re-secure the dryer hose and do your best not to dent or damage any portion of the chute. And I may need to unscrew or loosen up that clamp further to allow it to slide on to the chute. Don't force it. And you notice as I do that, I'm twisting the dryer hose to make it easier to shift on the chute. From here, just ensure that the clamp is on the chute and not off the chute, because if you tighten the clamp off the chute, it's going to tear into and create a hole in the hose. That's not good. And the end of the dryer chute is right there. From here, carefully tighten the clamp without over tightening it. Again, do not over tighten this, but you want it snug where it's not going to fall off while the dryer is running. And that's perfect. Coming up and back, and from here, just double check everything, both inside and outside. At this point, I've got the camera position looking inside the entire housing without the vent or screen installed. I'm going to turn on the dryer, and you will see that flap extend out and allow the exhaust air to be exhausted out of the dryer and through the dryer hose and through the chute and out of the house. And once I turn the dryer off, that flap should lower to alleviate the possibility of any critters crawling inside. And I'll turn it on and off again. Everything is working as designed. I am now going to insert and secure the screen. That completes the project. We really hope this helps. And one more thing before we wrap the video up, in the event that you are ever interested in an interior clothesline, definitely check out the link scrolling above. And this is a double or dual clothesline, as you can see. There is the second mount on the left, and an additional clothesline comes out of the main box there. We also have one in our shower. We will post that as well down below in the comments and description. And again, that's it. Do us a favor, below the video, you'll see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. In addition, if you are ever interested in the steps to take on how to prepare a washer or dryer, or in our case laundry center, for pickup in the event that you are purchasing a brand new one, we will have links down below as well.